didn't mean to scare you.
I didn't realize you stayed.
I wanted to make sure you and Josh were okay.
Thanks for the concern. I just don't think Jax is going to be coming back.
You look tired. You couldn't sleep?
Diane here?
Not yet.
Well, I guess that works in your favor. You gotta get me out of here, all right? Before she turns this into a huge lawsuit.
You're seriously threatening to sue me?
False arrest, abuse of power. I don't know what else you
son.
can come up.
Your whole freaking life is an abuse of power.
I hit my son. I'm not proud of it. It's not a crime.
Actually, it is when the son you hit is a cop who's in the process of arresting you.
Save yourself a lot of trouble. Get me out of here.
You're not going anywhere, Sonny. Maybe not for a real long time.
I think you're violating my rights by questioning me and myself. So if you want to, ask me anything, take me to the interrogation room. Otherwise, leave me alone.
What's the matter, Sonny? You don't want me seeing you caged up?
I didn't want this. Look, I didn't want this to happen. I expected better.
You expected me to look the other way.
No, detective. If you want to do this by the book, then I'm not saying anything until my attorney's present.
Sonny, there's not a thing Diane will be able to do for you this time. Your only hope here is to cooperate. So why don't you just tell me what you did to Jax's plane?
The plane took off like you wanted. Why don't you explain to me how a cop just lets a kidnapper go free?
There was no kidnapping, Sonny. Jocelyn was returned to Carly. She didn't file any charges. It was a miscommunication between her and the nanny.
Case closed. Just get me out of here.
You either sabotaged Jax's plane or you ordered someone else to do it.
How long are you going to stand there and repeat yourself? What are you trying to prove? It's over. Jax left.
Well, he didn't get very far, Sonny. His plane took a nosedive right into the harbor.
Jax knows he took it too far. I mean, that's why he let you bring Jocelyn back to me.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stay close just in case, Jax talked himself into taking Jocelyn once. He can try it again.
I'm not going to argue with you. You've been right way too many times. I wouldn't have my daughter if it weren't for you.
You're welcome.
Sandy's supposed to be here by now.
What? Go ahead. I'll watch Joss. I know you want to check on Jason. Well, you don't think I could look after Jocelyn on my own until Mercedes gets here?
I bet there's a lot of things you can do that I don't know about.
Any word on why Jason collapsed last night?
I finally got through to Sam, and she said they're running tons of tests. And for Jason, that's worse than any seizure.
Oh, I feel for him. No fun being poked and prodded like a lab rat.
It's my fault, I'm the one that dragged him out into that storm.
Now, come on, now. You were worried about your baby girl. It turns out you had a good reason.
I was just freaked out, and I just reacted.
None of us should know what we'll do when it comes to a child unless we're faced with that situation. Look, you go. I'm gonna make some coffee.
That coffee machine's really tricky.
I have a science degree, remember? Look, I'll figure it out. You get to the hospital. I'm sure you want to personally insist the doctors do all they can to help Jason.
Jason's my best friend.
Well, he's more than that. Or was.
Wow. You don't miss much, do you?
Sure don't. Like that lump in the rug. No, I put my shoes on it so no one would trip. Sorry. Something else I noticed.
I got it. Thank you.
No. Only one reason a woman like you would be in such a hurry.
Jason's my friend, and I just want to be there for him.
Well, Jason Morgan was a hell of a lot more than just your friend once. I'm just saying.
You would admitted to tampering with Jack's.
Why would I do that?
Arrogance.
Yeah?
You've been getting away with murder so long, you literally think that you can't get caught. But you bragged to me that Jax wasn't going anywhere.
No, what I meant was he wasn't going to leave without his daughter, but if you want to sell that to the courts as some kind of confession, knock yourself out.
I can put you on Jax's plane.
Well, that would be my word against yours. No?
Sonny, we haven't even begun the canvass for witnesses. Someone else saw you that night. A maintenance crew member, someone on another.
If they did, I was trying to get Carly's child back, and I didn't want Jax to fly her out of the country.
You were trying to get revenge on Jax. You were blaming him for Brenda leaving you. You know, that in itself, Sonny, proves you're just out of touch with reality. Maybe a diminished capacity plea, that's the way to go for you. I mean, you are a manic depressive. Clearly you're off your
Okay, you want to stop right there before you dishonor yourself more than you already have.
What is this, my father talking to me right now? A gangster with a heart of gold who would do anything for his kids?
Oh, see, here's the thing. You don't care whether I'm innocent or guilty. All you care about is that I'm not the father you wanted me to be.
You're not the victim here, Sonny. That would be Jax. And you better pray we find him alive, because the minute that plane went into the harbor, he went from assaulting a police officer to murder charges.
Where's Jason?
He's still having tests. There's no reason really for you to be here.
I want to be here. Wow, it's taking hours.
Yeah, well, it's an MRI and a bunch of other scans. You can go and ask Patrick if you want.
I still can't believe he just collapsed.
Yeah, I know. Imagine how I felt when I walked in here and he was on the floor.
Maybe he just got up too fast.
Jason's been running around doing things that he shouldn't be doing. He can't wait to get out of this hospital.
You know, I think I'm going to go buy him some travel books to occupy his time. It's the only thing he really likes to read.
Yeah, I'm engaged to him. I'm aware of what he likes to read.
I'm just trying to help Sam.
You want to help, Carly? Go home. Go hug your daughter. She's safe. It's the only good thing that came out of this.
You know, when Jocelyn was recovering from her kidney transplant, I forced myself to go for walks. If you want to get a cup of coffee...
I'm not leaving.
Jason's not here. The test could take hours.
Go, Carly, please. Go home.
Unless you have keys jangling to unlock this door, leave.
I'm not that easy to send on my way. You almost got away with it.
So did you.
I gave up my plan, left Jocelyn behind. But that wasn't good enough for you, was it? So tell me, Sonny, how was this supposed to go? Huh? You sabotaged my plane. I'm forced to stay on the ground. You boys come grab me, take me to the river? Nah. Nah, that would have been too easy. Plus, it's the first place the cops look. Right? You see, I know what goes on in that head of yours, Sonny. I can see inside your head. I am in your head.
So you hear me telling you to go screw yourself?
You were gonna take me out on the silent lady and dump me overboard, weren't you? Yeah, the police would think it was an accident, right? Jack's made a mistake rushing to get out of town. Probably got hit by the boom. Overboard he goes. And even if you were a suspect, there'd be no proof. Right? Right. Yeah. You just never counted on me getting the plane off the ground, did you? Because you always underestimate me.
I know your limitations.
No, you don't. Because you're just a two-bit thug from Bensonhurst who doesn't care about taking a life. And with Jason in the hospital, There was no one to call you out on your bad ideas. And boy, did you have a lot of those.
You chose to come back. You knew I'd be waiting. So it's basically your fault.
When you went into the cockpit and started pulling wires, you weren't thinking rationally. You just had this image in your head of me and Brenda on the plane together, right? Well, guess what, Sonny? She was on the plane. Can you hear her? Can you hear her screaming?
Get out of here right now. Get out.
She scrambled into my arms. But I couldn't hold on to her when the plane broke apart.
Messing with my head. Brenda wasn't on that plane.
She went down in the wreckage of twisted metal and rushing wire. I tried to reach out to her. I'll never forget the look on her face when she disappeared into the darkness. And you should never forget this, that she died hating you.
She's not dead.
She almost got away from you, too. But you finally did it. You finally did it, Sonny. You finally killed Brenda.
Amy Jackson. Get out of here! Get away from me!
How dare you, Sonny! Brenda is dead. And now it's your turn.
Do you have a minute?
Now's not really a good time, Curly.
I won't take long. I just, I want to say thank you.
I'm sorry, did I just hear you thank me?
Sean told me that you talked Jax into bringing Jocelyn home, and I'm grateful.
Well, I didn't do it for you.
I didn't think you did.
Jax had to give up his child, and the saddest part is it didn't have to end up that way.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for how all this turned out.
Are you sorry for how you unleashed Sonny? Or for how crazy he's acting?
I don't know if you heard, Carly, but Sonny came into our living room and tried to shoot Jax last night.
Sonny shot at Jax?
Yeah, because of you. You happy now?
Sonny is a grown man. He made a decision to fire off that shot. That could have killed Emma, but now she's only traumatized, so...
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm sure you are.
You know what? Jason's the only one who can handle Sonny when he gets like this. Do you have any idea why he
We're
collapsed?
looking at a lot of possible scenarios. Most likely the fact that
I'm
he...
sorry. 1 second. I'm sorry I have to take this. Sean, is Jocelyn okay?
Oh, she's fine. But you need to be down at the police station. It's about your husband.
Excuse me. I'm Carly Jax. You have information about my husband?
Congratulations, Sonny. You are free to go.
I don't know what took Diane so long. I mean, she should have been here a long time ago.
Well, you know what? You gotta give her credit. I don't know too many lawyers that could arrange for bail on a murder charge.
Sometimes charges get dropped, you know, lack of evidence, and cops realize they made a mistake.
Mistake? No, there was no mistake. Jax is dead because of you. You finally got rid of the one guy who was willing to call you out on who and what you are.
If Jax is dead, what do you want me to do? I'm not going to cry about it.
You killed your kid's stepfather.
Dave.
You left a baby girl without a dad, but hey, you got payback on Jax for
Bastard.
saying that. You feel good to win?